Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And tonight we're going to do some wrestling show. I'm going to do this show so tomorrow I'm not like, I don't have to do a lot. So I'm just going to do like this. And then tomorrow we'll do whatever's on for tomorrow. Usually I don't do shows on Sundays, but I don't want to have like a freaking 30-minute show tomorrow. So just get this. So just some news, and then I'll do a recap of Night of Champs, and then we'll call it a night here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So pretty much, so Seth Rollins, man, he wins the world champion last night. He becomes the first ever person to be NXT champion, WWE champion, WWE Universal champion, and WWE World Heavyweight champion. Congratulations to Seth Rollins for being the first ever person to do that. And I guess he's the only guy who has held every title, right? Since he's the only one that's been world champion. Assuming that this world champion does not it's not a continuation of the other world champion that I believe in 2013, 2014 was last. I think that there's the champion with the final one was Randy Orton in 2013 before they took it away. So apparently this is a new one. I don't know, but anyways, whatever. And they're also saying that he's he's filming America's Captain or whatever the hell he's filming. They're saying that will not affect them. He's expected to be on most Raws going forward, so that will not affect them. All right, moving forward, Rikishi. They're saying that a lot of people are thinking he's going to be at SmackDown this week to try to he's been putting out a lot of tweets the last few hours, and he said he put a meme about I'm going to make him an offer. I think it's from a movie or something. So a lot of people are thinking he's going to show up at SmackDown and maybe do something. It could be a situation where he sides with the Usos, but maybe Solo chooses Roman over his father. That could be the next thing going on, right? That just like Sami Zayn was trying to get the Usos to open their eyes and leave Roman Reigns. Now the next few months could be all about the Usos and Rikishi trying to get Solo to open his eyes and leave Roman Reigns. That could be the new, and Roman Reigns refusing and choosing his Roman over his brothers and his father. That could be the summer storyline, right? Going forward, leading up to maybe SummerSlam. I don't know. I would not be surprised that that's the direction they go now, but we'll see what happens. Money in the Bank, they're trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do. They're saying Brock Lesnar is not advertised for Money in the Bank. So a lot of people are thinking there will be a rematch between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, but then it will probably happen at SummerSlam. Is Brock? They got to. I think Brock Lesnar's going to eventually want some time off. He's been working every pay-per-view this year, and Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, Backlash, Night of Champions. He's been in all pay-per-views. So I think he's going to want some time off, and maybe then in July he'll be ready to come back and have the match at SummerSlam. And then they'll probably have Cody. Maybe what they'll do is they'll have Cody Rhodes in the Money in the Bank, and maybe they'll have. Which I don't know how much sense it would have made because Brock Lesnar he beat him. So unless he comes back and screws him, I don't know. And that's how you set up the match for SummerSlam. Who knows? Also, they're saying that people that have been talked about winning are Dominic Mysterio, Chad Gable, Damian Priest, and LA Knight. Those are some of their names that have been talked about possibly winning. That would be crazy to me. Chad Gable's kind of like a comedy act, right? He's kind of like a mid-carder / jobber. The fact that they're actually thinking about having him win Money in the Bank, that would be crazy to me. That would flat out be crazy. Remember that years ago they had Otis winning, and then he ended up losing it. Maybe I don't know. Hopefully we get a serious winner that can actually cash in and become champion. Drew McIntyre, they mentioned his name yesterday during the show, and then they at one point showed a video package. So a lot of people are starting to think, could he be back coming up soon? He hasn't been seen, I believe, since WrestleMania when he had that triple threat match with Gunther and Sheamus. So a lot of people are wondering that they name dropped him on last night's show, and he was in a video package. So maybe he's coming back soon. We don't know. He's been unhappy with both negotiations for his new contract and also his booking, his storyline. So that's what he hasn't been on. And now moving over to AEW. Jamie Hayter, she's hurt. So a lot of people didn't know if she was able to compete or not for her match tonight for defending her women's champion versus Toni Storm. She was, I think she did wrestle, but she lost, right? I think the match already happened, and Toni Storm won the championship. So my guess is Jamie Hayter's the reason they took the title of her is because she's probably hurt and she needs some time off. So what she's Jamie Hayter's a lot of the women are hurt right now, right? And WWE, Liv Morgan, Io Sky, now Jamie Hayter in AEW, Thunder Rosa, speedy recovery, man. And then for some reason, Hobbs and QT Marshall dropped out of the Battle Royal for the International Championship. They don't know why. They said Hobbs was dropping out, and then they said Ada Salorelli for Power Hobbs. QT Marshall was also dropping. So I don't know why they did that. I don't know if Hobbs is hurt, or maybe even both of them are hurt, but they made a video saying that Hobbs is not going to be in it, and then also QT Marshall, so who knows. But I think that's about it with the news, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's about it with the news. Let's do a quick recap, fast recap of Night of Champions, and then we'll call it a night here tonight on a Sunday. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, usually we don't get a good let's see here. Nope, that's not what I want. It's hard to get the card. I just gotta get the card. That's all I need, the fucking card. Somebody give me the fucking card. I mean, does anybody have the card? It's all right. So here we go. I think I got it. What the fuck, man? So we start off with the World Heavyweight Championship. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, man. Very good match, man. Very good match. At the end, man, Seth Rollins wins. He becomes champion. Triple H is there to present them with a championship. Great match, man. Obviously, you don't expect anything less from these two guys. Great match. Very good match. But yeah, so Seth Rollins wins the championship. Then we get Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. They had what's her name? That one girl hiding. She just got called up from NXT. She was hiding under the ring the whole time, and then she fucking appears and she hits Becky Lynch with her finisher, and then Trish Stratus hits her with the Stratus Faction Bulldog, and that's how Trish won. Trish wins. So there might be another one, maybe at SummerSlam. I feel like they're gonna kind of take a break from a lot of these storylines and have the Money in the Bank, and then they're going to continue them at SummerSlam. Same thing with Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. But yeah, she was all busted open, and then I think she made it more dramatic. She started spreading the whole. I think the blood was coming out from her nose, and she started spreading it around her face to make it more dramatic. But that was good. But supposedly they said that one girl was hiding the whole, like when the show started, so she was also down in the ring during the AJ Styles Seth Rollins match. Jesus Christ, man. A lot of people thought it was Bray Wyatt because I guess she covered her face, but she had like long hair. People were thinking it was Bray Wyatt. And then we had the Intercontinental Champion Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. This was a good match. I mean, for what it was, obviously Gunther wins. And then we have Asuka versus Bianca Belair, and Asuka, man, she wins. She throws her the mist. Bianca Belair ducks out of the way. Asuka misses with the mist, and then she has some mist left on her mouth, on her tongue, so she spits it into her fingers. And then as Bianca Belair's going for her finisher, she fucking sticks her fingers in her eyes, and that's how she's able to pin her. So Asuka is your new women's champion, man. Congratulations to Asuka, man. And then we get Rhea Ripley in about a minute being Natalya, completely squash match. Rhea Ripley, man. That was a squash. And then we get Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. The whole match, obviously, the theme being that Cody Rhodes has a broken arm. It reminded me of that Undertaker Brock Lesnar match from back in the day when same thing, Undertaker had a broken arm and he started using it as a weapon against Brock Lesnar. Same thing, Cody Rhodes will start using that freaking cast as a weapon, man. But then eventually, he hits 3 crossroads on Brock Lesnar. That every time he would hit a crossroads, he would grab his arm like, oh, I'm in pain. And then Brock Lesnar, like 2 or 3 times, gets the Kimura lock on him. Eventually, the 3rd time, he just passes out of pain. So he didn't tap out. The referee rang the bell because he just passed out. So they're probably gonna have another match. Like I said, I think they're gonna give Brock Lesnar a break because he's been working every pay-per-view so far this year, and then restarted once again at SummerSlam. That's what I'm thinking. But a good match, man. And then the final one was the tag team match: Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Roman and Solo Sikoa. Very good match, man, and they freaking did it, man. The Usos. So what happens is, the Usos show up to help Roman and Solo, and they're going for a super kick, both of them, like a double super kick on Kevin, Sami Zayn, and they dug out of the way and they hit freaking Solo. They kicked him by accident, and then Roman's all fucking pissed off, and then he starts pushing and shoving Jay, and then freaking Jimmy just freaking super kicks Roman, and then Jay's all freaking. And I was like, man, I'm doing what you should have done a long time ago. Dog. I got you, dog. And then he hits him again. He super kicks him again. Roman falls out of the ring, and freaking Jay's just panicking. He's like, bro, he even calls him Joe, his real name, Joe. And then Jimmy's like, we gotta go, man. We gotta get out of here, man. We're done with this shit. And he's just like taking him, like grabbing him, and just like, we gotta go, man. We gotta go. And Jay is all like worried and panicking. And then freaking Solo gets back up. He's like all confused what the hell happened. And then Kevin Owens with a stunner. And then Sami hits him with a Helluva kick. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens retain. Then, Roman starts getting back up. He realizes what happened, that they lost, that Kevin Owens and Sami retained. And he's just sitting there like, what the hell just happened in disbelief? And, Kevin and Sami are just celebrating they won the tag, or they're still tag team champions. So good stuff. It wasn't as dramatic as at a Royal Rumble, I thought, which it's kind of weird because this one should have been more, right? Because they've been with Roman for like 2-3 years. And I felt like the one at Royal Rumble was more like dramatic. This one was like, I don't know. I think it was because I think the one with Sami Zayn at Royal Rumble was more like shocking, where this one was more predictable. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't as dramatic as it was when Sami turned his back on Roman. But maybe it was too predictable, I guess. So we'll see what happens now. Paul Heyman said me, Roman, and Solo are on our way back to the U.S. We'll address everything that happened on Friday. And like I said, Rikishi teasing that he might possibly be on SmackDown as well on Friday. So we'll see what happens now. Roman is advertised for both Money in the Bank in July and a SummerSlam in August. So maybe they do a tag team match, the Usos versus Roman and Solo at Money in the Bank. And then maybe do like a singles match. But it looks like now, I mean, the thing is, I feel like finally Roman is, they're done feuding with Kevin and Sami. I think they're finally going to move on. And now they're just going to be feuding with the Usos. That's probably going to be the summer. That's probably going to be the summer storyline for the Bloodline. Just the Usos feuding with Roman and maybe trying to get Solo to leave Roman Reigns as well. So we'll see how that goes. But that's my prediction. That'll be probably the summer storyline. The interesting thing is here, if eventually in the next few months Solo also leaves Roman Reigns, it's gonna be interesting to see how they continue to book Roman Reigns' title reign, right? Because that's been a big part of it. The Bloodline, the Usos and Solo Sikoa helping him win. If all of a sudden the Usos are done, right? Assuming at least unless Jay stay, which I don't think so. I think both of them are done, both Jimmy and Jay. And then maybe by the end of the summer, August, September, Solo also leaves. Then it's like going to be a lot more interesting how they book Roman Reigns' title reign if it would just be him and Paul Heyman. Now, I remember when it first started, Paul Heyman did interfere a lot in his matches. I think, didn't he like handcuff Kevin Owens to like something so he couldn't get up in a last man standing match? So they could just have maybe, but I think there's a better chance that maybe he could finally lose a title, right? If he loses both the Usos and Solo Sikoa in the future. But we'll see what happens. But until next time, holla.